Council meeting, City Cross Lake, Friday, December 13th, it's 9:30. We are here to address the snowmobile trail concerns. And I guess I'll start out with it. We met out there Tuesday at 2:30, and there was a pretty good group there. There was probably 15.
At least.
Yeah. Pat was there, Chip was there, Bob Heelis was there, a bunch of the snowmobile people. I think we came up with a good alternative, temporary, that's gonna need some improvements to it next year. Working with the county and maybe a few signs moved and a couple things, but I think Rick seems to think that what's there will work now. They're gonna have to use the small drag in a few areas, which I think is kind of too bad.
But I just, if I may.
Yeah, sure, come on, yeah.
You want me at the way out?
Sure, come on.
Please.
And you know me, I'm Rick Muller. So we use the mini drag through town on the sidewalk anyway and over the bridge decks. So the mini is in through town often anyway. The only time we will use the big one if bar stock or reeds, plows leave us a big pile. The big one has a blade on it that we can knock those down, then I'll come through with the mini drag. So right coming out of the Reed's gas station, and there's the big stop sign that we talked that ultimately if we could move that back 3 more feet, won't happen this year, that's one of the tweaks we'll look at, which would just give, right now we've got 8 or 9 feet. Our drag is 7 feet wide, so we can get through there, it's fine. We will, at no place on that section will we cross the ADA sidewalks. We stay off them 100%. The only time we cross back over is at the Andy's strip mall parking lot driveway, which is gonna be plowed, and people that go out on their snowmobiles like they have in the past are going to across the concrete. But at no place, can I guarantee nobody will drive down the sidewalks? No. No matter what, unless you put a fence on both sides, that's the only way you're gonna stop 100% use of the snowmobiles on this sidewalk. People are gonna go where they're gonna go sometimes. They figure that's the quickest way to go over to Holiday or whatever.
Where's the alternate trail? Right alongside
Right,
the sidewalk?
for the most part, right alongside the sidewalk. When you come, if you're coming from the core and you pass Andy's concrete driveway, we're gonna go left, kind of gonna follow the way the current new sidewalk goes, but we're staying on the grass side, and we'll angle down and dip down by both what I'm gonna call reed swamp and bar stock swamps. So it'll tip down a little bit. That we've talked with Pat, when he plows and or blows those sidewalks, he will blow snow into our trail, which will help us to level it off as the winter goes on. Again, if we have a winter like last year, you won't see us, but we're all praying that won't happen. So I think for everybody involved, it's a win-win-win, is my personal. We have a couple tweaks. I will be out there in the next couple of days adding some signs. I don't think we're gonna be able to drive any posts. We would need locates. And I saw across the street, there's a couple locates being done.
We put a couple bases in for you already, that's why when you're there the next day or two,
Call you in.
call me so I can meet with you there.
Awesome, perfect,
Signage done right for everything there.
perfect. Awesome. Any other questions?
So just to add to that, Rick, I think for the most part, the snowmobile trail is gonna be 10 feet away from the sidewalk at a minimum.
Except
There's a couple areas where.
couple of areas
kind
right
of
by when you
bottlenecks.
come out of Reed's parking lot. They're essentially side by side of each other. But one will be black asphalt, one will be snowpack, and
But there is some separation for the.
definitely separation. Yep.
I wasn't able to be there the other day, but are we going outside of the right-of-way? And the only reason I asked, do we need the approval of, National Loon Center or any of these other businesses to be going out onto their property? I don't foresee it being an issue, but to get actual approval.
It's my understanding it's Jim Anderson's property where we would encroach, and I don't know if he's in the process of selling to Loon, but when you look it up on I have what they call Onex, shows all the landowners.
Yeah, I know that is no longer, in between Andy's and Reed's,
Yeah.
that is the National Loon Center's property.
And not knowing, because that's county road, so it's county right away, I
Yeah.
don't know what the measurements is, and if we are encroaching it, it's possible we're encroaching it a little bit.
Okay.
And who we have to talk to,
Yeah, And again, I don't foresee it being an issue, but I'm just bringing it up to, you know, to make it known that it's permitted or accepted.
So is that Lakes Foundation? Is that the Loon Center? It's the Loon Center. I mean, I guess a courtesy call or something, probably.
I'm glad to do it if somebody can, because when I look it up, it still shows it as Jim Anderson or Crosswoods, something LLC or something like that.
It's changed, it is a national.
If you guys give me the contact, I'll gladly make.
John
the phone.
Mobeck probably would be a representative from there anyway.
I mean, yeah, there's no reason to
Or
Yeah, John
Moberg, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
It is?
Or Molbeck, yeah. Yeah, here.
Anything else for me?
I don't think so, Rick.
Thank you.
Well, good job, Dave.
So we need a motion just to approve the new trail.
I'll make a motion that we approve the alternate snowmobile trail.
I'll second. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, any other discussion? Anybody want
Do
to
we,
add?
do you have somebody have signs that says, please stay on trail or something like
We
that?
do have them,
Okay.
and those will go up.
Perfect.
There a way to communicate with snowmobile clubs or get the word out to them? Map maybe to do that?
The map, essentially, the way the maps are done, there is already a map, and it won't change because of the little bit of difference there. So that won't change. I have a Facebook page, and to be honest, it's the biggest following
I'll help
our
you share it.
Facebook page has had since I posted this week ago. So they know Crow Wing County Snowmobile Trail Association shares anything, there's 12 clubs in Crow Wing County. Anytime any one of those posts, Crow Wing County posts it too. So, and my post the other day had 36 shares. And I've never had that much response to a Facebook post. So a lot of people saw it, and I said I would update again after today, once it's voted on and approved. I will post it, the word will get out. We have meetings once a month with Crow Wing County and meetings once a month as our club, so the word will be regularly.
And Peter, the advertised trail for years is basically the same location. We're not moving to the other side of the road, we're not, so the groomed trail itself will dictate where they go.
And there's the map apps, Ride Command, I don't know if you're familiar with snowmobiling, where snowmobiles now have GPS maps on some models. That is updated on a yearly basis, so it'll be on there too. But again, it's not enough of a change that it'll change on time.
Okay, anything else before we vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Good job, Rick, you got her.
Thanks for working on this with us, appreciate
Yeah.
it. And again, Pat, I will talk to you in the next couple days on signage.
Yep.
And then next spring, I'll probably be in touch with you again at looking at, once the silt fences come down and that sort of thing, that we can tweak it and keep it, make it even better for everybody.
So Rick, one other thing I might ask is to put a little blurb out there, please respect the pedestrian sidewalk.
We will.
You know, because I think we're gonna be maintaining and keeping that open, and
Yep.
a lot of the seniors in their wheelchairs will be using it, whatever, so hopefully there won't be.
Understood. And like I said, I can't guarantee everybody will
No,
see how the
I know,
sidewalk
but,
is. To me, I don't know why they wouldn't, where the trail's right there.
yeah,
There's always that one crazy guy that wants to get in the front.
yeah. Awesome,
Thank you, appreciate it.
see you later.
Have a good,
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
pedestrian traffic count.
Okay, we have one more thing, a request for side-by-side for salting, sanding sidewalks. Pat, do you want to take that?
Yep, it's, well, when you were there last Thursday, it was icy and try and walk on. We have no means of salting or sanding it. So I got some prices on some side-by-sides. And then we could use it for maintenance during the summer too, since I'm in charge of all the trails. The prices range from a CF Moto with the sander and everything was about $16,000, or you can go up to $33,000 or $34,000 for a Polaris.
Don't we have a salting and sanding side by side now? DJ?
Parks has one, but if I'm gonna be in charge of it, then we gotta have to do all the trails.
Can't we share? Can't we
I don't-
schedule?
That's,
I think we could do that.
In the winter, we have two side-by-sides. In the winter, the Kubota is used to groom the ski trails, which we put tracks on. So then that leaves our Gator the only side-by-side vehicle that we have with wheels to get around the park for anything maintenance. We snowplow our ice rink. We do a lot of things with that. So I don't know how much you'd be using something like a salt or sand or Pat, but I know that we use our Gator a lot.
Plus it'd be summer maintenance with it too, like I said, but it's, like I said, Dave, you almost fell on the walk on Thursday. You slipped on the ice a little bit there.
You don't have to bring that up in a public.
Well, we all learned from you.
Have you looked at another Gator, like what TJ has down there? Is that gonna surpass that?
That would be up there too on the higher
Okay.
end.
But you're using it just for those sidewalks, just for a couple of months and,
Well, during the summer, we'd use it for running down all the trails to make sure everything's taken care of on them. They have that buffalo blower that blows all the leaves and stuff off during the year. You know, it'd be for more than just the salting and sanding in the wintertime.
Dave?
Well, I think we've kind of committed to cleaning these sidewalks. Go ahead.
Lori, where's the money coming from?
$100,000.
It's me interested.
Yeah, there it goes.
Well, we talked about, there's still some money left in the beautification money from the road project.
Is there enough in there?
No, all right, let's not touch that.
There's only 50K there and we've already spent how much?
We dedicated 25,000 for the snowflakes, the shamrocks and the flakes.
We got benches.
And we still have the sign. The sign comes out of there. That's another 15,000.
Well, the 25,000, we recently made a motion for those few things. I think when I went through the records, we probably have about 10,000
Exactly.
left of that fund, so it won't cover all of this.
Right.
Do you
Where,
have any capital fund balances?
I'd have to look on them and see what we got. I know there's probably some money left over in the wastewater end of it, but as for my
Does sidewalks
public works.
fall under the parks at all? I mean, is that part of your deal too? And so part of the question is, park dedication or something?
We've been told that we, as parks, are maintaining our Daggett Trail, and that's it.
That's it.
Yep. And I guess the only reason I'm hesitant with our Gator, I don't know how much this is going to be needed in the winter. So I'm trying to protect how much we use our side-by-side for in the winter months. If I knew it was just here and there and it was only going to be an hour at a time, I think we could probably work something out. I mean, it's the best interest if we can make it work to share the equipment, obviously,
Yes.
in the city.
I think so.
So we don't have these crazy huge fleets. I'm just trying to communicate that we do use it a lot, so I don't know how much they would need it on their end to do what they need to do, which is new, to clear these sidewalks.
Right.
So that,
Well, when I come down, go ahead.
People they've never used those sidewalks because they've never been there. So I'm just saying the
Right.
first year that maybe you could share that, and if it doesn't work, then the new city council can get the real deal and buy whatever they want. But I'm thinking you should be able to,
Police, they just got one.
We can't use the police one.
All the time in summertime. I can see where you could find 10,000 reasons to.
Right.
No.
We had
It's
allocated,
already purchased.
I mean,
if we had allocated
Sorry,
50,000 for the beautification
Right.
of that, is there potentially $6,000 of that money available to go with the 10,000 that Pat already has that could pay for it? Do you see what I'm getting at?
You said the 6,000 where?
We had allocated 50,000 for the beautification and stuff. Is there 6,000 there that would be available
There's about 10,000 there.
in that account that could be available? So between what Pat has
But the
and
benches and the
that money, you could actually pay for it without affecting.
well, don't we need all that for concrete pads, benches, the kiosks that we were gonna do? Weren't we gonna keep that?
We talked about perhaps fund balance within your account, which means you're limited then.
Well, before we go anywhere, I think we definitely need to figure out where the hell the money's coming from.
That's my concern.
What was the $16,000?
I hate buying something and then
CF
Right.
you're
Moto,
scrambling
600.
to
Right.
pay for it.
Right.
I mean, is it a good machine?
Yeah, they're a pretty decent machine.
So,
You know, they're not the quality of a Polaris, but they do everything we want it to do.
And what kind of, is this just for the machine? Do you need attachments? I mean, what?
The sander and everything is in that for the 16,000.
Find it through a fund
That's,
if we need to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you spend money. I'm trying to help the taxpayers out. You just want to spend, spend, spend.
Well, we are undertaking a big responsibility because we did commit to the county that we were going to maintain the sidewalks. And we heard the people speak, they want to utilize the sidewalks, and for safety reasons, we need to make sure that they are maintained. So that has to be your focus today.
And I have kind of figured out, so we don't have to buy any other equipment for the sidewalks, we should be good with a couple of ideas we have for about $100, $150, we'll make things work.
okay.
Blow the snow off the sidewalk?
We do, but we're gonna redo the blower we have, make a different chute for it, it won't cost that much money, then we can blow it right into the truck.
So where's the blower? Is the blower going on the side by side or is the blower going
No, it
on?
goes on the skid loader.
On the skid loader. So you're gonna be using the skid loader on the sidewalk,
Yep.
blowing the snow off.
We're gonna use,
My concern is that I don't want him to depend on his machine.
right,
Because when he needs his, he needs it, and when Pat
Correct.
needs it, he needs it, and that will create a conflict at some point.
Pat, will that,
parade.
His staff is going to be doing more of his work, which is not right either.
so it sounds like you want an answer today, right?
Yeah.
This is the, in my opinion, speaking with Pat, this is the most economical way to go, is with this type of machine to sand. I mean, you could spend a lot more.
Can you,
Oh, yeah.
you guys need a little bit? Do you like want to vote on this today or what? Because I want to see where the $16,000 is coming from first before we commit.
How about if you approve it, as long as we can get the money and email it to you guys?
You'll expend it out next year. You get that $100,000. Let's
Well, I don't
spend
want it to come out of there.
it. Well, what are you gonna use it for?
Well,
You'd be able to use this, Pat, to salt and sand this building and fire hall too, right?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
sidewalks and,
right.
That would be
I'll
just,
take a little bit of Chip's money.
That was good.
I think Chip's being protective.
Aaron, are you all right with that?
Yeah, I'm all right with it. We can approve it,
Okay.
and then they show where the money's coming from.
Yeah.
And that'll be not too,
I'll make a motion that we approve that Marcia, are you good? I'll make a motion that we approve that $16,000 side by side depending on where, or contingent on where that money is coming from.
money's identified where it comes from. I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.